Janis Joplin and Big Brother backstage in Detroit, 1968. Their album Cheap Thrills was #1, but this was the end of the road. Janis was about to leave the band that made her famous, chasing a new sound and her own destiny. Jim Morrison, 1969, during the aftermath of the controversial Miami concert. The experience pushed him further away from the rock star persona he had come to question. A pivotal moment in his evolution as an artist. Pink Floyd's first and only American tour with Syd Barrett, 1967. What should have been a triumphant arrival was a disaster. Syd's erratic behavior on this tour forced the band's hand, leading them to bring in David Gilmour soon after. Creedence Clearwater revival in London, 1970. This photo was for the cover of their album Pendulum. At the peak of their powers, John Fogerty's experiments with new sounds created tensions that would soon fracture America's greatest rock and roll band. John Fogerty, 1970, the year of Cosmo's Factory. He was the singular genius behind Creedence, writing an unbelievable string of hits. But his intense, perfectionist control was already creating the tensions that would tear the band apart. The Gilmour Twins in LA, 1972, trying to finish Exile on Main Street. After the chaotic sessions in France, they were left with a mountain of ragged tapes. This was the moment they salvaged a masterpiece from the madness. The Rolling Stones in 1966, the year of aftermath. They were at their creative peak, with Brian Jones adding exotic textures to their sound. This photo captures a brilliant, fleeting moment, just before the band's internal dynamics would change forever. The Mamas and the Papas, the voice of California folk rock. But behind those beautiful, sun-drenched harmonies was a tangled web of romantic drama. The legendary conflicts that fueled their greatest hits also tore them apart far too soon. Fleetwood Mac in 1978, at the peak of their Rumours fame. This celebratory photo was a rare moment of unity for the band. They had survived the chaos and the heartbreak to become the undisputed kings and queens of the rock world. The ultimate frontmen, Mick Jagger and Jimi Hendrix, in 1969. Hendrix came to see the Stones' legendary show at Madison Square Garden, a rare photo of two absolute titans who single-handedly redefined rock and roll showmanship. The Golden God and the Godfather of Punk, 1975. Robert Plant, the king of stadium rock, meets Iggy Pop, the raw, nihilistic heart of the underground. A rare, legendary meeting of two completely different sides of the rock and roll coin. The Stones meet the Godfather of Soul at the Tammy Show in 1964. They were the headliners, but they had to follow James Brown. Keith Richards later called it the biggest mistake of their lives, a legendary lesson in showmanship. Two Beatles and a Rocket Man, 1987. This was the year George Harrison made his big comeback with Cloud 9. This photo captures the triumphant celebration, a party between old friends that would lead directly to the traveling Wilburys. The Queen of New Wave meets the Queen of Noise. Debbie Harry and Joan Jett, 1979. Two trailblazers who proved that women could be as tough, as cool, and as successful as any man in rock and roll. An iconic meeting. Freddie Mercury with Mary Austin, the love of his life. She was his partner, his muse, and his closest, most trusted friend throughout his life. He wrote the timeless ballad, Love of My Life, just for her. Mick Fleetwood in 1981. As the members of Fleetwood Mac drifted apart to make solo albums, Mick went to Africa to record his own. This photo captures the adventurous spirit of the eccentric, steadfast drummer who was the band's true heart. The original street-walking cheetah, Lou Reed, in 1976. After the abrasive noise of Metal Machine music, he showed a softer side. A rare, candid moment of warmth from the notoriously tough poet laureate of the New York underground. Keith Moon at home, 1973. Despite his impressive car collection, he rarely drove them legally. It didn't stop him from famously driving one into a swimming pool. A rare, quiet moment in the chaotic life of rock's greatest showman. John Bonham at Earl's Court, 1975. This legendary five-night stand captured Led Zeppelin at their epic peak. For 3.5 hours a night, Bonzo was the thunderous engine driving the most powerful rock and roll band on Earth. The Thunder from Down Under, John Bonham, in the studio, 1969. His power and groove were the engine of Led Zeppelin. His legendary drum sound was so massive, it was often recorded in hallways and stairwells just to capture its full force.